Well, here we are at the Good Enough Mine Underground Tour in Tombstone, Arizona. This was an old silver mine back in the day, and they got tours that you can do. So we're gonna go in here and check this place out. Uh-oh, here comes a miner. 49er. I crack myself up, I know. Hey, we know that person. Hey, let's go ask them if they want to go on a mine tour. Hey, you want to go on a mine tour with me?
I would love to go on a mine tour with you.
Cool, where's the mine at? I think it's that way. I think it's this way. Crib. Crazy Horse Lil.
She must have been a local whore. Yep, there's a bed there.
Is there a bed there? I bet you it goes down and it goes under that way. This was a dry mine, well, obviously in the side of the hill, but I believe this was a silver, going for the silver. All right, well, once we get going on the trip, we'll get back with you.
A few moments later.
Want to plow them to a mine at 9:30 in the morning.
That's good stuff.
Frappuccino. We already discussed where everybody's from. Anybody's first time in Tombstone this weekend?
First time here?
First time for you? Is everybody having fun so far, though?
Yeah.
That is not convincing at all.
Oh, we just got here.
We just got here.
Oh. So this is your first thing to do, huh? Well, this is the best first thing to do because it will give you a history about the founder of our town and how we actually got here. So I'm going to give you guys a little history about the founder of our town, a little demonstration before we head on down, if that's okay with everybody. So on behalf of Tombstone Consolidating Mining Company and the owners of the mine, Rick and Pat Jones from Birmingham, Alabama, I'd like to welcome everybody to the mine. My name is Cheryl and I'll be your tour guide. Now, have you guys heard of Ed Shefflin before? We talked about that a little bit of Ed. Without Ed, this town wouldn't exist today. He was not only the founder of this town, he was a prospector. When Ed started down in California, his dad was 49er. Dad moved the family on up to Oregon. Now, when Ed was just 12 years old, he wanted to start his own prospecting career even way back then. So he ran away from home. Well, that didn't work out so well for Ed. A neighbor caught him and sent him right back home. Now, when Ed would turn 18, his dad would give him $100 and kick him right out of the house. Say, now it's time to start your own prospecting career. Well, Ed started out in the Montana region. He didn't find much there, so he headed back down to California. He didn't really find much there either, but he ran into some Army Indian scouts looking for a small place called Camp Huachuca, now modern-day Fort Huachuca. Still a very active military base even today. Now, if you guys look way over there, you see that tall mountain range? Those are the Huachuca Mountains. On this side is Fort Huachuca, the other side is Mexico. Now, this was a very hostile environment back in the day. There was actually 26 Cherokee Apache Indian tribes right here in this area. On the other side of town, those are our Dragoon Mountains. That's where Chief Cochise and Geronimo were held up. 18 miles behind our gift shop here was Chief Victorio. So Ed decided to team up with those scouts because he figured there was safety in numbers. Well, they found out real quickly they weren't going to work well together because Ed wanted to stop and look at all the pretty stones along the way, and the scouts were out here on horseback looking for the natives. So Ed decided to split up with that group, and the scouts urged him, Ed, you can't do that. The only stone you're going to find out here is your tombstone. Ed, having a little bit of a sense of humor, well, that's why he decided to name his first claim, the Tombstone Claim. Of course, now the name of the town. You can find that claim if you go down to Allen Street and make a left. It's out about 3 miles. Now, Ed found something he thought was really interesting out there, but he wasn't quite sure what he had. So he decided to take it to somebody he knew, his brother Albert, who was mining in a little place called Signal, Arizona. Now, it took Ed a full year to find his brother. Within that year, Ed would get lucky again. See, Chief Cochise up in the Dragoon Mountains would pass away. And it's very bad medicine back in the day to live where your chief was buried, so they packed up and headed down south, leaving this area open for prospecting with no problem. Now, Ed finally caught up with his brother, showed him that stone and found his brother Albert said, Ed, you've been carrying this stone around for an entire year just to show it to me? He's like, yeah. He goes, well, you're an idiot. This is low-grade silver. It's not worth much. Well, like any good brother, he made fun of Ed, showed it to his friends, and they made fun of Ed, too. Of course, this kind of upset Ed, so he took that stone, threw it out into the desert, hoping to move on and forget about it. But there was a man named Richard Gerd, a mining engineer out of Michigan. very knowledgeable man in mining, had heard about Ed Stone and urged him to find it. And so he did. He took a look at Ed Stone. He recognized it as high-grade silver. They did a first test on Ed Stone. It came back to $40 a ton. Now, $40 isn't a lot for us today, but it was a lot back then. And what $40 a ton means is out of a ton of ore, you got $40 worth of silver. In fact, that was pretty much the average up here in this area. They came back up to the Tombstone claim, did a second test on Ed Stone. It came back to $2,000 a ton.
Whoa.
Well, Albert stopped making fun of Ed. In fact, now it was his favorite brother. So they quit their jobs. They came up here to start that mining process. Now, the miners back then, they had very limited tools. They had a 4-pound sledgehammer like this one. They also had a drill steel like this one. Now, this is over a 140-year-old drill steel we found down here in one of our mines. So I'm not going to use it for our demonstration today because it is an artifact and I don't want to damage it. Instead, I'll be using this competition drill. So the drillers would start where they put that drill up against the rock, hit it as hard as they could, and turn it quarter turn. So they would hit, turn, hit, turn, hit, turn for a full 10 hours underground. Now, once those holes were drilled, they'd fill these full of blasting powder, put a blasting cap on it, and blow it up. It took 2 full hours for that dust to settle. Now, there was 50 miners working down at our mines at all time. 20 of them were drillers doing this job right here. 10 of them were supervisors in charge of that blasting powder. The other 20, they were muckers. Now, the muckers, they had the unlucky job of the group. Their one task was to crawl out of that mine with 100-pound burlap sacks full of ore on their backs over and over again. Pretty tasking job, as you can imagine. Now, Ed ran into a little problem at his first claim. They only got 6 feet underground, and they ran out of silver. Not much of a mine, was it? Of course, everybody started to panic, thought they quit their jobs for nothing, and Ed said, "Don't worry, I found this, and I'll find more." And he found that more right down here at the Good Enough Mine. So now that we know a little bit more about Ed, but you guys missed the link. Let's start heading on down.
All right.
Now, the Tombstone mining district consisted of 40 square miles. That's 520 miles of mines in this area. Out of that 40 square miles, there was 11,000 claims. Of those 11,000 claims, 928 were mine claims. Out of those 928 mine claims, 26 were considered major producers. Ed himself owned 19 of those major producers. Now, Ed would sell his claims in the first year for $600,000. That's $18.4 million in today's market.
Yeah.
Ed made a little bit of money off this land, didn't he? Considering he showed up in this area with 10 cents in his pocket, not bad for 9 months worth of work, was it?
No.
Now, folks, do be careful coming down through our gate, down our path. We do have a lot of loose gravel in the area. Can slip out for money from time to time. I do know that personally. Welcome, folks. Now, this little rescue machine is called a steam-powered mule. They brought this machine in a few years after they opened mine, helped those poor muckers with some of that ore. They take that cable, hook it over a wooden frame in between those 2 trees over there. That shaft over there goes down 470 feet. This only went one way at a time. When it went up, it's called a rise. Down, it's called a wince. In 1900, they filled in that shaft for safety reasons, except for the top 30 feet, which is why we still have a steel grate over it today. 30 feet's still a long way to fall, isn't it? Yes. I think I'd go for the 470, because you know you're going to die. The 30 feet you might survive, wish I had. I'm going to take you guys right down here at Discovery Hole. This is the original entrance to the Good Enough Mine that we're going in today. Be careful coming around the corner.
This way?
Watch your footing right here. Tends to be a slip hazard. So this is the original entrance to Good Enough Mine. We're going in today. Is everybody ready?
Yes.
All right, you guys shimmy on down there. The rest of us will meet you around the corner. Can you imagine those poor muckers with those 100-pound burlap sacks full of ore on their back climbing in and out of that all day?
No.
Yeah, I'm good. Don't worry about the trap, folks. Tourist season was over last week. We call that our tourist trap.
Oh boy.
Y'all can use that if you want. Now this is that second claim, and that's down this second pretty stone right here. You showed it to Richard. Richard did a test on it. It came back to $1,800 a ton. Ed said, well, yep, that's good enough for me. Which is why I think the Good Enough Mine. Ed said he'd name his claims after something funny he'd said, or somebody else had said around the time he found the claims. Now, has anybody ever heard since they've been in town the name of Tombstone before it was called Tombstone? You know it was called Goose Flats. I have lived here a little over 8 years, and I've yet to see a goose. Or a gander. It's definitely not flat. I'm glad they went with Tombstone. Now, normally I'm supposed to walk backwards, talk to y'all while we're going down the mine, but trust me on this one, my middle name is not Grace. I'm going this way. I trip on air. Everybody excited?
Yeah.
All right. Watch your step, folks. Now, if you guys look over to my right, you'll see the other side of that entrance that I showed you up top. So that's what those miners had to climb in and out of. Once again, I'm good. I do have to go over a little safety briefing before we head on down, folks. This is a real mine with some real dangers in it. You'll see a lot of these yellow chains throughout our tour today. Please don't cross them. Can be a dead-end danger on the other side. Sometimes there's up to a 300-foot drop. Behind me here, these wood timbers, they're called ponderosa pines. Please don't lean or push on them. They have been there since the miners put them there over 140 years ago. They're holding the world up top. We kind of like it that way here at the mine. We don't really want to remodel while we're down there. My jokes get better as we go along, folks. Please keep your hard hats on at all times. If they fall off, not a big deal. Just pick them up and put them back on. I just ask that you, when you're bending over to pick it up, put it on your head before you stand up. Because if you're under a low-bearing rock, you're going to hit your head. I know this is an all-rock mine. It's very difficult for us not to lean on, pick up, or touch the rocks. Please try not to do that while we're down there. We do have oils on our hands that will degrade our mine 10 times faster. However, if you're about to slip and fall, by all means, hang on to the rock. We have a lot of low-bearing rocks throughout our mine. They are painted red. We call those our learning rocks. If you don't duck, you'll learn why. I don't mind if you guys take all the pictures and videos you'd like while we're underground. We encourage it. I just ask you please stay up with the group. The longer we have to stop and wait for people to catch up, the less information I'm going to be able to give you down there. I don't like to do that. I have one more very important rule before I take folks underground. Let's have some fun. All right, we got one little guy over here that's clapping. What's wrong with the rest of you?
Oh, it's cooling off.
You like that temperature drop?
Yes.
Now you be careful walking down the stairs videoing.
I'm looking at the ground. Camera's just doing its thing.
Okay, because if you fall, guess who you're going to take down with you?
Yeah, who's in front of me?
Watch that last step, folks. Fresh batteries. Watch that last step. Didn't you just hear me, ma'am?
I watched it.
See what you are. It's just the rest of them are all symmetrical, and that one's a little shorter, so that's like a launching pad, you know, people. Watch that last step, folks. I'm still so sore from yesterday. Yay, we all made it. Welcome to the mine, everybody.
Yay!
Oh, that's a little better. We'll keep working on it. Now, the miners back in the day, they had their own language. What we just came down was called an incline shaft. They call the top of the mine the back, the sides, the ribs. We're going to be using a lot of their terminology on our tour today. It is a constant 68 degrees down here all year round with only 5% humidity. Cool, right?
Nice.
Literally. Be careful coming through this area, folks. It's a bit uneven. Watch your heads. Y'all be mindful of these rocks over here. And there is a bump right here. You might want to find a hole over here, sir.
Okay.
You're a little bit taller
Yeah.
than you anticipated. Watch that bump, folks. And watch your heads. Y'all come fill in over here so we can make everybody can come up. Let's all be friends, shall we? All right, that's far enough.
It's not too far.
Don't take off without me. Now you guys see all this black rock in this area? Anybody know what that is? Nobody say black rock. That is a good guess. I would have thought the same thing.
It's silver.
How'd you know that?
I've done a little, I'm in construction, so you know kind of what rock
Okay,
formation.
I'll let you get away with that one. If you've been on the tour before, you're not allowed to answer questions.
Never been on the tour.
He's correct, that is silver. This is your low-grade silver. It's called silver chloride mixed with manganese. That's what makes up your low-grade silver. Anybody have any silver flatware at home, moms, grandmas, and it tarnishes?
Yes.
Silver oxidizes, which is why it turns black. Now if you guys look up here, you'll see an original drill steel hole from those 1880s miners. And remember we talked about the blasting powder? If you look way back in there, you can see some white powder in the back. Nope. You want to lift your camera up there, sir? Nobody light a match. We're not sure what 140-year-old blasting powder will do.
It still works.
I do have a lighter. Anybody want to try? We'll be famous,
Yeah.
And it will be remodeled.
right? We'll remodel. I can do the jokes on this tour, man. Did we not establish that already? I thought we went through that.
You're off the tour.
All right, turn around, guys. You see all these neatly placed rocks? This is called cribbing and or gobbing. The miners did this for two reasons. One reason was to get all the rock out of the way that was not useful. The other reason was they thought it would help support the back of the mine. Well, they found out real quickly this is a hard rock mine. It's not going anywhere. They were wasting their time. So they just quit doing it, which is why you'll see a lot of half-quarter walls along our way. Now, the miners back then were extremely well paid for the time period, folks. They made $4 a day. I know, I get it. But that was a lot back then. That's almost $100 a month. In comparison, an Army Indian scout fighting the Apache war only made $15 a month. A foreman on a big ranch, 20 to 25. So those miners were actually pretty wealthy guys, weren't they?
Yeah.
You know how much a loaf of bread was back then? 3 cents. So $100 went a long way. What is it now, like $6? And let's not get started on the eggs, shall we?
Yeah.
Can you see all right with your glasses on? Yeah. I'm like, it's already dark down here. She got sunglasses on. All right, let's go.
You get the other ones in the bag,
Yeah, I
right?
do.
Okay.
Oh, are those prescription?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's got other ones in the bag if she needs them.
I just don't want her to fall.
Yeah.
You guys can stay down there.
Okay.
I'm the only one that needs to fall. Where are you going, sir? Oh, there she got. That was fast.
Carry it with me just so I could switch.
Now these openings right here, they call them rooms or stope. They call this one the valley. Excuse me. We call it the mini Grand Canyon. You guys been to the Grand Canyon?
Yes.
Yes.
No? Well, take a picture, blow it up, tell people you've been to the Grand Canyon.
That's true.
Doesn't this look
Yeah.
like a mini Grand Canyon?
It sure does.
Reason
If
being, the
I
Grand
zoom
Canyon
in
is
like that,
sedimentary
right there.
rock. This is also sedimentary rock. We actually did some testing in this area about 25 years ago. They did find fossils in this area. So we know at some point in the world's history, this was underwater. This was the top of the earth. Crazy, huh?
Wow. Yes.
Now you guys see that pretty blue stone right there? Anybody know what that is?
Lapis?
Who?
Lapis?
Are you smart or do you play Minecraft?
Could go either way.
Both? Okay. No, but that's a good guess.
Dang.
Anybody? Most people guess either turquoise or copper.
Copper.
It's actually chrysocolla. Chrysocolla is a sister to turquoise, but a much softer mineral, very difficult to make jewelry out of it. However, folks, throughout the years, some clever businessmen had realized if they mix resin with chrysocolla, they could make that into jewelry, sell it to you folks as turquoise. for 10 times the price.
Yeah.
There is one way to know whether or not you have chrysocolla or turquoise, and that is to lick it. Is everybody ready?
No.
You guys are no fun at all.
You sure you're not brave? You're brave.
Chrysocolla is very rough to your tongue. It will actually stick and suck the moisture right out of your tongue. Turquoise is very smooth to the tongue. Now, I am not suggesting for one moment that you folks go up into town, start licking all their jewelry. You know the next time you buy turquoise, y'all are going to be licking it. And if you go uptown and do that, please don't tell them Cheryl sent you. It doesn't work out well for me. Now you guys see these boards up here. This is called an 1880 seismograph. Everybody know what a seismograph is?
Yes.
Way to measure the Earth's movement for like earthquakes and such. Now in the 1880s, these boards were all throughout the mine. And the supervisors would come down every morning and check all the boards. If they'd moved it all, they would shut that part of the mine down, figure out why, make it safe for the miners to return. We actually still do the same thing every day. We come down, check for anything out of the ordinary. And in the 25 years we've had these boards up here, they haven't moved even a fraction of an inch. So we're pretty safe down here. However, folks, you knew there was going to be a however, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
If I come down on a tour and that board's over here, this girl is out of here. Y'all are on your own. And if anybody tries to run me over going back up the stairs, I know where the light switch is. Because we're a team down here. And if I'm not getting out, neither are you. I'm kidding.
No, you're not.
Watch your hands coming in this next room, folks.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's not paint, that's blood.
That's what I tell kids that don't behave down here. Like, well, that's not paint, it's blood for kids who don't listen. Y'all can have a seat on the bench or stand if you like, it's up to you. Now this is the biggest room or stope we're going to be in today, folks. Look around, this is called the Rotunda. They opened this mine in 1878, it closed in 1898. So they did all this in 20 years with limited tools by candlelight. Now at the beginning of these miners' 10-hour shift, they each received 3 2-hour candles. A little bit of a math problem there, isn't it? So for 4 hours out of these miners' shift, they were working completely in the dark. Now I'm going to turn the lights off in just a second. Everybody standing okay?
Yep. Yes.
Okay. First I'm going to show you guys what it was like by candlelight. You guys ready?
Yeah.
This is what it was like for those miners by candlelight. Not too bad if you're up here, right? Now I'm going to show you what it was like for 4 hours out of the shift. Is everybody hanging on? Are you guys still there?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Here we go. So for 4 hours out of these miners' shift, they were working completely in the dark. Put your hand in front of your face. Can you see it? Nope. No, the only way they knew what they were doing is when their hand would hit the rock, they would move it over 2 inches and continue mining. Anybody know where the light switch is? That was really dark. Oh, are you okay?
Yeah.
I asked you if you wanted to sit down.
Oh, no.
She's good, but she's got her hand over her heart.
I'm scared of the dark. I feel it, yes. If I die, you're going
Were
with
you
me.
doing the same thing? Are you okay? Are you alright, sweetheart? Okay. It was dark though, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
That's because I put my hand in front of it like you said, can't see
Good.
it at all.
Oh no. This was one man doing one job. This was called single jacking. There was also something called double jacking. This was a 2-man operation, so it could be a benefit but also a hindrance in a couple of ways. One of the benefits was, because it was a 2-man team, at the beginning of their 10-hour shift, they each received 3 2-hour candles. So they had plenty of candlelight for their entire shift. However, folks, this is a 40-pound drill steel. The guy on the other end, he had an 8-pound sledgehammer. So this guy would hold this up against a rock while the other guy hit it as hard as he could, and this guy had to turn a quarter turn. I've got this resting on my shoulder, right? The miners were doing this. So you can imagine the guy holding this got tired pretty quickly. We'll wait for them to communicate, because it was loud down here. The candlelight would shine on the end of this. When he got tired, he was ready to switch places. He would turn out the light. However, folks, if that guy with the 8-pound sledgehammer didn't realize he turned out the light and hit him anyway, there was a little Minor surgery involved. Come on, that's one of my best jokes. Now the miners were suffering from something called mad miner's disease. Have you guys heard of that before? It's where the miners would shake uncontrollably, have severe double vision. They thought it was from them being down here in the dark for so many hours out of their day. They were checked for this condition every day before they came to work. If it got too severe, they had to retire them. Now in that 10-hour shift, these miners, they only got 15 minutes for lunch. That was all the break they got. Their favorite lunch usually consisted of a can of beans or peaches. Can you imagine 50 miners working down here eating beans for lunch? Yeah, no blasting powder needed there. Now this is over a 140-year-old can we found down here in one of our mines. Pretty old looking, isn't it?
Yes.
Now you guys see the silver ring on the bottom?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Anybody know what that is?
A lead.
All right, Smarty.
Oh, that was
That was him, that's him.
He beat me to it.
You guys are
Switching.
switching voices there. He's right, it is lead. There was enough lead in this can to make a 45 caliber bullet. Those miners weren't dying of mad miner's disease at all. They had severe lead poisoning. There was something more deadly than lead poisoning. We'll talk about that a little later. Now the miners started mining down here only 15 years of age. They only lived to be about 30 or 35 years old. Now I'm going to turn the lights off. But this is okay, ma'am. I'm turning the lights off again.
Okay.
But this is okay. It's not pitch black.
Okay.
All right? All right. Hopefully, I didn't change the batteries in this yesterday, so let's keep our fingers crossed that it works. Barely. I'm going to have to bring batteries down. Now, this is the only place down here in the mine we've ever lit candles. We've never lit candles here, here, up here, behind me over here. Do you guys know what this is?
Wax.
It is candle wax left behind by those miners over 140 years ago. We are now standing right where they worked. How awesome is that?
That is awesome.
They made their candle wax out of animal fat back then. You see how different theirs is from ours?
Yes.
They were down here looking for minerals. You guys see how the minerals glow in the dark?
Yes.
Yes.
And that's when they found the candle wax. Pretty darn cool, huh?
Yes.
Can I actually come and see?
That's one of my favorite parts.
That's cool.
That was like Disneyland, wasn't it? Yeah. That was cool, huh? Turn that off
Did
before
it up in there.
I'm gonna bring the batteries down. You guys having fun so far?
Yeah.
All right. There's a lot of low-bearing rocks coming up this way, okay? I know I'm touching the rock, but that looks like an ankle twister right there. Well, that wasn't what I meant to do. Okay. Let's go bowling.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the rock went right in there. All right. Off we go.
Thank you.
Watch your hands, guys.
I didn't know if you were moving, not moving.
Come on.
Well, you got the light on you this way.
You guys will be able to see what's over
Oh,
there.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now, if you
Okay.
guys look over the railing, you can see 3 different levels to our mine. There's 4 more below what you can see down there. So there's 7 levels to this mine.
Holy.
Does anybody remember I told you how far this mine goes down? I told you that shaft goes down how far?
473.
Yeah, we're 470. Yeah, 470 feet. Y'all have paid attention, I'm very impressed.
Your construction numbers, you know. It's
Where to dig? They just kind of.
They would follow the vein. I'll show you one on our way out. It's like a road map. Well, they would know where to drill before their lights went out. The supervisor would come around and tell them where to drill. Pretty cool, huh? Now up here, guys, this rumor stove is called the chapel. We don't really have any idea why it's called the chapel. Only thing we think is if you look up here, you'll see some wood timbers that look like crosses. I think it's because they were up here in the dark praying they didn't fall. What y'all think?
That's a pretty good
Yeah.
I think so.
assumption.
Yeah.
They always, no matter what mine they were mining in, they always had a rumor stove called the chapel. And they still do today. All the terminology I'm using that the miners used back then, they still use in mining today, which is pretty cool. That's cool. We're now at the lowest point we're going to be on our tour today, folks. We are now 110 feet underground.
Really?
When I was talking to you guys about Ed, well, some of you. We were on 5th Street, now we're somewhere into the rose tree bush. Does everybody know where that is?
No.
If you make a left out of the mine, we're about 1 block down from there.
Wow.
Wow, we've come that far. She's like, I don't believe you. There's people up there. Say hi, people.
Hi, people. Cool.
It's pretty quiet down here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this, like a lot of people will start yawning when they're down here, like, am I boring you? It's all because it's the perfect sleeping temperature, and there's no outside noise. Can you imagine how hard you would sleep in this mine? I mean, you probably sleep for 12 hours.
Only if there was a nightlight. It's a little dark in here without it.
Yeah.
Nobody could find you if it's pitch black.
I can't find me if it's pitch black.
You don't need to.
No, you'd be sleeping. And you'd be amazed how how comfortable these rocks get after you get used to it for a while. See? I had some kid the other day go, "Ma'am, you're touching the rocks." And I said, "My skin is not touching the rocks, sir. Hopefully there's no oils on my pants." That would be a good thing. Now if you guys look up here, that didn't sound right, did it? Now if you guys look up here, you see those holes in the rock, that's called a hydrothermal vent. That's a naturally formed airflow right through that rock. Mother Nature always finds a way, doesn't she?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now if you guys look down here, you see all this shiny stuff?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's called gypsum. Anybody know what they make out of gypsum? Come on, where's my smarty pants?
Sheetrock.
Oh, that was dual.
Sorry.
Yeah, that was a dual thing back there.
Sheetrock.
Correct, sheetrock or drywall. It's also an underground geode. Everybody know what a geode is? Is there something you don't know, sir?
Not hardly.
Did you ever see glowing candle wax before?
Actually, no.
See? I win! Underground, oh, it's naturally formed in an air pocket, and the miners called this a VUG. V-U-G. Anything, sir?
You know where the gypsum is actually made out of, though, don't you?
Gypsum? It's made in a rock. Oh, gypsum. They have gypsum mines.
What is the form of that?
I don't know. Here's what we're going to do.
From when it made itself, it was
Yes.
from an ash.
Oh,
That's why every time you see a coal burning power plant, right down the road, there'll be a gypsum plant.
Somebody taking over the tour.
here's what we're going to do, sir. I'm just a tour guide. I'm just reading the script.
Just a lowly superintendent, that's all it is.
Now you
Lowly
guys-
shoe
Now you
salesman.
guys see those jagged rocks to my left right there?
Yeah.
It looks like there's a wall behind it. That's a 300-foot drop.
Oh, wow.
That's where I put folks on my tour that think they know more than I do.
All right, watch out, folks.
Anybody know who we're talking about?
Oh, you're up. Let's go.
That's crazy.
Yeah. That's why we have light out in the ticket booth.
You were never here.
I never saw them, did you guys?
I'm not ending up in there, so no.
Yeah. I had one time I did that to a guy and his wife goes, "Nope, never saw him." I said, "Ma'am, is your insurance policy up to date?" She goes, "Yep."
Checked it right before I got here.
Did you give me your address? Priorities.
I get half of that.
Right, exactly.
Kicktail.
Now you guys see this amazing formation right here? You know what that is, sir?
I have none right now. None.
He's like, "I'm keeping quiet. I'm too close to the 300-foot drop over there." This is called a box crystal. It means there's more than one mineral in this formation. There's gypsum, there's calcium, there's silver. See all that shiny stuff? I often wondered why this rock did this and this one didn't. It baffled me. Rocks have their own DNA. Did y'all know that?
Really?
Sir?
Sorry.
He's hiding from me
I'm
back
not
there.
saying that.
It takes a certain component of minerals. I always sound so smart when I do that without stuttering. Don't you think? No? To make this formation happen. It takes about 25 to 1,000 years for a box crystal to develop. As far as we can tell, this one is about 1,000 years old. Feel free to take pictures of it. We encourage it because it's a pretty awesome formation. I just ask that you please not touch it. There's a slope coming down here, guys, so please be careful. That right there is your high-grade silver. That's what they were looking for. Caught yourself there, didn't you, man?
Yep. Looking up over there, we're trying to walk. Hang on there.
You all right?
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
you.
That's your high-grade silver.
No kidding.
That's what they were looking for.
That is awesome.
It was in my face.
A little bit different from what I showed you earlier, isn't it?
Yeah. Right there.
Are you dizzy, sir?
Going good?
Oh, okay.
I'm the one with the weird walk.
Oh, you, okay, I thought you were holding him up.
No.
That's your high-grade silver. You probably knew that too, didn't you, sir?
That's a nice little pathway for you.
Yeah.
That's your high-grade silver. You guys can go over that next year if you'd like. I just ask that you please not leave that room and watch your heads going in. That's your high-grade. I'm gonna tell you. How they process it. You don't get comfortable.
And we're back.
We're back.
Over here. Get out of the way.
Wow, y'all paid attention. I'm very proud of you, especially with this group. And with him, with your as your ringleader.
I stayed right here.
Yeah, but now you're in my way, you see. Now, we were talking about it up there. You guys probably wonder how they got it from that form, the raw form, into our jewelry and our coins and silverware and stuff like that. So I'm going to go over a little bit about how they processed ore. All the ore from this mine was processed to the San Pedro River. It's about 10 miles from here. There was 2 mills, one in Charleston, one in Millville. They start off with silver ore about this size right here and put it into a giant crushing machine, where they crush it down to about this size right here. This is a chunk of low-grade silver. Right, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
This is one rock y'all can touch down here if you want to. Then they put it into something called a ball mill. A ball mill was like a giant barrel that would rotate, and they put a bunch of these little steel balls in there and break it down even further. Huh.
Yes, ma'am.
Then they put it into something called a stamp mill. A stamp mill will further pulverize that into a powder. Then they take that
Little bit of
powder,
weight.
put it into a giant vat, and boil it. Now in that giant vat, they would add copper, salt, sulfur, and mercury. Remember I told you all there was something more deadly than lead poisoning?
Yeah.
Sir?
I'm not saying the sulfur's pretty bad.
No, not sulfur. Mercury. That's right. They couldn't figure out why these guys are up top next to a river, all this fresh air, they were dying in just 3 to 5 years. Well, they were boiling mercury.
Did you lick that?
She smelled it.
Oh.
Smell it. When I was a kid, some of you youngsters, well, which is half of you, they used to put mercury in our thermometers.
Yes.
We'd break it open and play with it.
Yes.
My science teacher put it in a little beaker and would put it on our tables and
Yeah.
roll it around.
And put it in your hand.
Yeah.
Roll it around. Yeah.
We're all still alive, kids.
Yep.
Some of us older folks, I have 2 of them left, have mercury in our fillings. Y'all
Yes.
thought-
Yes. Yes.
Y'all thought we were just crazy, didn't you? Not our fault. It's mercury. And when Mom, you went outside to play, there was no bottled water back then.
Water hose.
Don't
Oh, I'm
start my
sorry.
jokes, sir.
Uh-oh. Now I'm the guy going in the hole.
Anyway, where would your mom tell you to get a drink if you were thirsty? The
Don't
water
answer that.
hose,
Don't
that's
answer
right. And you know what the car seats were back then? Mom doing this.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we got way off course, didn't we? So what did they do when they realized it was making these guys sick? Well, they decided to replace it with a little known chemical we all know and love as cyanide.
That's better.
That's much better, isn't it?
Yeah.
Actually, they still use cyanide in processing ore today. It is a very effective way to process ore. However, they have a lot better technology to keep folks safe. So after they boiled it, they would skin the silver off the top and make it into 180-pound ingots. Why 180 pounds, you might ask? Kind of an 1880s security system. I don't know too many of us are going to be able to put 180 pounds on our back, get very far, right? Except for this guy over here. Then they take, you knew that was coming, didn't you?
Yep.
Then they take it to fair, because you stepped right in it, and I just went with it, right? Then they'd take it to Fairbanks, Arizona, put it on a train and take it to a little place called New Orleans, where they would further refine it and make it into Morgan silver dollars. Now, if you folks are lucky enough to find a Morgan silver dollar from 1880 to 1882 with an O-mint stamp on the back saying it was minted in New Orleans, this silver, it came from this mine alone.
Wow.
I was telling this story about 3 years ago, and this gentleman right here in this area pulled this Morgan silver dollar, 1880 Morgan silver dollar out of his pocket and gave it to me.
Wow.
That is so cool.
Super cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, the rest of the tour guides had to buy theirs. I told my boss I was special. He said, yes, you are. Not sure quite how to take that.
Definitely a compliment.
Anything after 1882 was all our mines combined into the Comstock in Nevada. Now, have you guys heard up in town why our mines closed?
No.
You guys will probably hear up in town as you're wandering around this weekend. Catastrophic flooding in the mines of Tombstone, all destroyed. Out of 11,000 mines, there was less than 10 that flooded. I think the reason they ran with that is because one of the ones that flooded and kept flooding was a major producer. And you'll hear the stories about them bringing in several pumps, deep sea divers. All that's true for one mine. It was politics and government. Imagine that. You guys ever heard of the gold and silver standard? Just the threat of them taking away the silver, making it just the gold standard, the price of silver started to plummet. It went from $2.80 to $2.20 to $1.80. Then they brought something called the Sherman Act. The Sherman Act kept the price of silver up and the silver mines open. Well, a couple of years later, a new president was elected. He came in and took away the Sherman Act. Price of silver in 1898 dropped to 24 cents an ounce.
Wow.
That's what closed our mines.
But why didn't they reopen later?
It's not profitable. It's still not profitable.
Because it's so low grade-ish?
No, there's a ton of silver ore in this mine. It's just still not profitable. It's about $35 an
To
ounce.
pay somebody to come get it out. Yeah.
Right, and then you gotta pay for the processing and all that.
Right.
It would have to get up to about $100 an ounce, maybe $125.
So it's just not enough in here?
There is enough.
I
It's
mean,
just not
for the amount of work to get
For the
it.
amount of work, right. I hope they don't do that, but, you know, this is history.
Yeah.
I hope they're still doing tours down here 100 years from now. Let's all meet up 100 years from now. And see it.
Is this all privately owned?
Yes,
Okay.
yep. If you re-watch your tape, you'll see who it was, because I told you.
Oh, at the beginning. Never mind.
We missed that.
Well, it'll be on YouTube. You can watch it, and then you'll see it.
Yeah, it was Rick and Pat Jones from Birmingham, Alabama. But, you know, like I said, there's still plenty of silver ore in this mine. It's just not profitable.
Gotta love Alabama, I swear.
Yeah. And can you imagine what would happen to Tombstone if they started, you know, they don't mine like this anymore. Most of your modern mines are open pit.
Yeah.
If they started open pitting all the 11,000 mines here in this area, what would happen to Tombstone?
It's gone.
Yeah. It'd probably look like Bisbee. Anybody been to Bisbee?
No.
They destroyed their landscape with all that open pit. You know what I mean? It looks like, I keep saying the Holocaust, and that's not very appropriate. Apocalypse, that's what I kept
There you go.
thinking.
Yeah.
Because I said, sure, you can't say that anymore. It's not right. It's not appropriate. Apocalypse. It does. It looks like the apocalypse. The town is still super cute, but the surrounding areas, it's just, they destroyed their landscape. You guys don't realize that everywhere you go in this area, this is underground. There's another tour down here. You guys want to see a ghost rock real quick? So we can't talk so loud. But again, he's in my room. This is really cool. This is right up there with glowing candle wax for me.
Wow.
Isn't that neat?
That's cool.
Now, a lot of folks will try to take a picture of me doing this, and they get me and the rock in the picture, but not the light shining through. You want to know why? Because it's a ghost rock. Ghost stone photograph. And then they do try to do it. I go like this. They're like, you're right. This is gypsum and quartz. Can you see?
Yeah.
Am I right, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Just check it. Check it with the expert. Can you see down there? Did they go left or right yet?
They're straight ahead right now.
They're just right. Okay, we'll wait.
Yeah.
Anybody have any questions?
All right, it's a good time to change battery.
Show the actual size of this mine. So
So if they stopped dropping the whole, like, what did they do? Like, did they have to haul that out?
No, they just left it here. Because they realized that none of this was worth anything. So they just left it here. Stuff they thought was worth anything, they put in little carts or buckets. Okay, you guys want another joke while we're waiting? It's the only one I got left. You know where the miners went to the restroom down here?
Oh dear.
Hope it's a joke. Depends. Are they still there?
Yeah.
We should see that.
I'll show you when we get back up top. Most guys say where they want it.
Do you know how much money they made off of all this?
There was about $6 billion worth of product pulled out of these. He's filming the other tour.
All right. We're just gonna wait till they leave.
All right? Or 11?
Could be. Sounds about right.
Watch your head. Well, there's another group going the other way.
Move along, folks, move along. Y'all have fun. Remember we were talking about, I think it was the guy in the back. This right here is a silver vein.
That Black Ridge.
Yep, that's what they would follow.
Interesting.
Yeah. See how they followed it into there?
Yeah.
And you see all this low grade in here? You know there's the mother lode somewhere back there. Right, sir?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
You're gonna get tired, be careful.
I know. I offered to give him my flashlight way back there. Watch your steps right here, folks. See, I took you guys down early. That's why he had to.
Yeah.
I figured you were there and there was enough people to do a tour. We might as well, huh?
Yeah.
And you guys got the better tour guide. Everybody up with me? Yeah?
Nope, not yet.
Oh.
2 more.
Anybody gain or lose a family member?
No.
No.
Would anybody like to lose a family member? Ma'am?
No.
I'm still on probation.
Now keep in mind, guys, as we're going up the stairs, these handrails and stairs have only been here about 25 years. So look on the sides and in between the stairs as we're going up at what those miners actually had to go through to get out of this mine. They didn't have good shoes like we have today. They had very thin leather-soled shoes held together by nails. You guys ready? All right.
Here's your cardio for the day.
What? Yes. I gotta do this about 6 more times.
Holy cow.
That's why I don't run up the stairs. It's like, I can't do it. See, that means when I came down and turned on the blue light,
Yep.
when there's 2 tours down here, they turn on the yellow.
Oh, and you turn the blue off when you're
I turn
back
the blue
out?
off. Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, I can feel that temperature change.
Oh, yeah.
Boy, a little huff and puffing on that. That's the original entrance right there.
Everybody doing okay? Yep. Oh. Jump there.
Better there.
Yay, we all made it back.
Yay.
I only have like an 80% survival rate, so.
That's the earth.
You guys are doing good. We almost lost one.
In a 300-foot
Now,
hole.
remember I told you guys how much the miners made? Does everybody remember?
$4.
Very good. Well done, class. There was one guy this mine made 5. It's the guy who ran this right here. Anybody know what that is, sir?
That looks like a little steam kettle.
Close. That is your 1880s porta potty.
Yeah, you better give him more money.
That's called a honey pot or a honey cart. And they cleaned it out with a giant ladle called a honey dipper.
Oh,
That sounds disgusting.
Does it work? I'll go down for a hole in the dark for 4.
No, come smack my finger, I'll be good.
Right. Well, thank you guys so much for coming to Good Enough Mine, taking my tour with me today. It's always a pleasure for me to take folks down, tell them the true history about Tombstone. If it wasn't for the mine we just came out of, Tombstone wouldn't exist. So we're known for the Earps and the Cowboys, but it was actually a mine camp. Of course, we are grateful for the legends of our town, because if it wasn't for them, we probably still wouldn't be here today. So if everybody's got their breath in them and their legs back underneath them, we can start heading towards the top, because I know these folks have a trolley tour. I'm all messed up because I started the tour early, so it's probably not going to be till 11, so we're good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you guys get to the gate before I do, feel free to let yourselves out. You don't have to relock, we'll be right behind you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And enjoy the rest of your time in Tombstone.
thank you. Well, that ought to wrap it up here at the Good Enough Underground Mine Tour in Tombstone, Arizona. Hope you liked that adventure. And until our next one, say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
And that's all, folks.